Join me, my sweet, for a bite to eat in the delicatessen of my dreams.
Tempt me, my prince, for a handmaid bliss in the land where the Russian dressing gleams, where salamis are endlessly long and lovely, and the liverwurst is bursting at the seams.
You will be mine
By the kosher sign in the delicatessen of my dreams. Lead me, my love, to that realm above, to the delicatessen of my dreams.
Help me, my mate, to a heaping plate where the celery tonic gently streams, where the herring are patiently marinating as the hot pastrami sits around and steams. We shall return for one sweetheart burn.
Oi.
To the delicatessen of my
כתפוח בעצי היער, כן דודי בין הבנים, בצילו חימדתי וישבתי, ופריו מתוק לחיכי. הביאני אל בית היין, ודגלו עליי אהבה. שמחוני באשישות, רפדוני בתפוחים, כי חולת אהבה As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the young men. I sit down under his shade with great delight, and his fruit is sweet to my taste. He has banner he raises over me is love. Feed me with raisin cakes, comfort me with apples, for I am sick with love, sick with love. וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת.
וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת.
שני כבשים בני שנה תמימים,
ושני עשרונים סולת מנחה בלולב השמן ונסחו.
שני כבשים בני שנה תמימים, ושני עשרונים סולת מנחה בלולב השמן ונסחו. וביום השבת, 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 וביום השבת. הולת שבת,
הולת שבת,
שבת ושבתו, על עולת,
עולת התמיד,
על עולת התמיד וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת, וביום השבת. בסוריה זה יום מנוחה, בסוריה לכל ידוע, בסוריה לי ולך בסוריה. שחור דייסה דלילה מרצח ביצה קשה והעיקר פסוליה זה יום מנוחה פסוליה לכל ידוע פסוליה לי ולך פסוליה הלך עוד שבוע קפה או תה אותו הצבא אותו הטעם לפעמים לבן וביום השבת פסוליה זה יום מנוחה פסוליה לכל ידוע פסוליה לי ולך פסוליה הלך עוד שבוע אורז או פירה דומים מאוד מנות קטנות חצי עגבניה ובשבתות מה יש? פסוליה זה יום מנוחה פסוליה לכל ידוע פסוליה לי ולך פסוליה הלך עוד שבוע
Sie weiß sich allein in Stieg. Sind's Paar, wenn et milchig in et Leischig. Nur am Meichel, wo sei jeder jedot lieb. Such nur, wo sie alle wenn's anpizziert. Mit Gottes Liebe weiß, tak ich fahre Bus. Sie sei der Schmeichel mit Tradition. In jeden Erev Schabes esst man dus. Gefickte Fisch, gefickte Fisch. Und sie vom Meichel, was so tausend Tage. Und zuerst vorsichtig bei den Magen. Und seht es kein Risses Feuer, Meichel von den Fokusfeuer. Essen dich sie geht es sich ein Beul. Und die gefickte Fisch, sie sind in Niebisch. Die Kindfisch in die Stadt sich machen König. Im Stehen schön Regen frisch mit so zum gedeckten Tisch. Und mit der lange gefickte Der Ringer hat lieb Gulasch mit Paprike. Der Polak hat lieb Bigosfleisch mit Bräu. In beiden Russ ist Reuter Borscht der Riker. In der Jacke hat lieb Kruse Kreuz. Am Abend liegt gleich in die Mäge. Der Bresiner hat lieb a Schaschlik. Nur was geht es wissen seinen Keller. In Araber, du such mir, wo sie es gibt. Gefickte Fisch, gefickte Fisch. Und sie vom Meichel, was vor 1000 Tagen. Und zuerst vorsichtig bei mein Magen. Und Jesus Teil, dieses Feuer, Meichel von den Fokusfeuer. Essen dich sie gehen, es wird werden wollen. Und die gefickte Fisch, sie gehen in Niebisch. Die Kindfisch in der Stadt sind machen König. In Stäbe, schön Regen frisch, man sitzt sich dem gedeckten Tisch. Und mit der lange gefickte Fisch.
Then I return to my Shabbos table after I spend so much time in shul. I am so hungry that I'm not able to keep away from that dish so cruel. Every week I taste one taste. I spread it on a cracker like a fleishik paste. It tastes so good, I clean my plate. A few hours later, I don't feel so great. Cold chopped liver, you heartburn giver. I shouldn't choose it, but I can't refuse it. That cold chopped liver, it keeps me groaning. Oy vey. I don't eat taters, I skip the chicken, although each stickle is finger-licking. That cold chopped liver, it just keeps me groaning. Oy vey. Some matzah meal, a little chicken fat, keep the chopped liver from falling flat. Salt and pepper, little thyme and spice. I chop in a few onions, but I pay the price. I must promise that come next Shabbos, I won't surrender to that stomach bender, that cold chopped liver that keeps me groaning.
There's a boy who works at Starbucks who is very inspirational. He is very inspirational because of many things. I come in at 8:11 and he smiles and says, "How are you?" When he smiles and says, "How are you?" I could swear my heart grows wings. So today at 8:11, I decided I should meet him. I decided I should meet him in a proper, formal way. So today at 8:11, when he smiled and said, "How are you?" I said, "Fine, and my name's Sally." And he softly answered, "Hey." And I told him my name's Sally, and thank you for the extra phone. And he said his name was Taylor, which provides the inspiration for this poem. Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. So I'd like to get my nerve up to recite my poem musical. He would like the fact it's musical because he plays guitar. So today at 8:11, Taylor told me he was playing with a band down in the village in the basement of a bar. And he smoothly flipped the lever to prepare my double latte. But for me, he made a triple, and he didn't think I knew. But I saw him trip the lever, and for me, he made a triple. And I knew that triple latte meant that Taylor loved me too. I said, "What time are you playing? And thank you for the extra skim." He said, "Keep the 355 because this triple latte was on him." Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. I used to be the kind of girl who would run when a love rushed toward her. But finally a voice whispered, "Love can be yours if you step up to the counter and order." Taylor, the latte boy, bring me Java, bring me joy. Oh, Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. So many years my heart has waited. Who'd have thought that love could be so caffeinated? Taylor, the latte boy, I love him, I love him, I love him. I love him, I love him, I love him. Things have come to a pretty pass. Our romance is growing flat.
For you like this and the other, while I go for this and that.
Goodness knows what the end will be. Oh, I don't know where I'm at.
It looks as if we two will never be one.
Something must be done.
You say either, and I say either.
You say neither, and I say neither.
Either,
Either,
neither.
neither.
Let's call the whole thing off.
You like potato, and I like potato.
You like tomato, and I like tomato.
Potato,
Potato,
tomato.
tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
But oh,
heart, then that would break my heart.
So if I go for scallops and you go for lobster,
No more discussion, we'll both order tofu. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off. Let's call the whole thing off. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off. Let's call the whole thing off. Mama, yo no tengo visto. No yo m'avis, rubio como la canela. Algo como ella sin mí, rubio como la canela. Blanco como ella sin mí. Caneces de Bajarigo, que en mi salón entró, percuró ayer cenido. Aliento de mi corazón, perjuró ayer cenido. Aliento de mi corazón. Sentada en mi ventana, lavorando el bastidor, a verme
Great. Hi, Michelle. How's it going? Shabbat Shalom. Join us on page 34, Yedid Nefesh. Yedid Nefesh, Av HaRachaman, Mishol Chadav,
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
What a beautiful, beautiful way to start and bring in Shabbat. This is my first time getting to lead with Zevi. I'm so blessed. I feel so much joy. So I'm so happy that we're all here together. Shabbat Shalom. Happy end of summer. Yeah, I know. Okay. Also that. Also happy not end of summer. I imagine that there's probably many members joining us on Zoom tonight, online tonight, because I think a lot of folks are enjoying the end of summer and enjoying the gorgeous, gorgeous day we had in New York. I hope it was beautiful wherever you are online. Please say hello in the chat. We're so happy that you're here even from afar. We are in Elul. We brought in Elul last weekend, so we are edging ever closer and closer to the high holidays, amazingly. And we're also almost at Labor Day. So we have many things to celebrate. Almost 130 years ago, 1894, September 1894, is when one of the major strikes, of course there were many strikes, but one of the major strikes happened such that we were able to finally institute Labor Day as a holiday where we made notice of the fact that we need to commemorate treating our workers more fairly and with more just conditions. And of course, now 130 years-ish later, we are still fighting for many of those same rights in many of those industries. So we enter Shabbat this week by saying we hope that we get to enjoy the weekend and the pause, and we hope that we are renewed to go back out into the week, into the Chol, with a sense of justice and willingness to do the good and holy work that we need to do. So happy all of that to all of us. Candle lighting is going to be on page 38. And since it is the first Shabbat of September, we would like to welcome up anyone who has a birthday throughout the month of September to come be our designated candle lighters this evening. So if you are a September birthday, please come up and bless us with lighting the candles. Are we? Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, we have a representative. Fantastic. Any other September birthdays? You can. Oh, Zebi, please. Page 38. Good Shabbos, happy September birthdays. Let us also welcome in the angels that surround us on page 40 with Shalom Aleichem. Please rise in body or spirit. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom. Say Shabbat Shalom to those who are next to you. Well, it's great to see some old familiar faces, some who haven't been back in a little while. So it's nice to see those who are here, who are joining us maybe back from a summer away. And also we want to welcome anyone who is new, who this is their first time in the sanctuary or their first time in a long time. So is there anybody who this is maybe their first time this week? And yes, please stand up, and if you feel, say hello, introduce yourself, tell us where you're from. Emily from New Jersey, but you go to school in the city. Wonderful. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes.
Hi, I'm Brady. I actually live in Youngstown, Ohio. Visiting my sister.
Wow. So Brady, was it? Brady from Youngstown, Ohio, visiting your sister. Welcome. We're so happy you're here. Thank you. Anybody else in this section over here? Okay, scanning the room, please.
Yeah, my name is Emily Weiner. I am from Reform Synagogue in Bellingham, Washington.
Oh, wow.
I was a New Yorker until a little more than 30 years ago, and I marched with you all during Stonewall 50.
Oh, wow.
Your crazy little umbrella hat.
Good. We like to make sure that everybody has one of those hats, so we're happy you have one. So it's Emily from Bellingham, Washington, but who marched with us at Stonewall 50. Amazing. We're so happy you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else who hasn't said hello yet? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shania from Tel Aviv, from Israel. It's my first time in New York.
Oh my goodness.
I'm here for 2 weeks, and I decided to celebrate Shabbat here with you.
Wow. Shani from Tel Aviv. Wow. We're so blessed by your presence. Thank you for coming. And just scanning this section, I think you were all regulars over there. All right, great. We're happy you're here too. Page 52, Lechun Ranana. We rise in body or in spirit on page 62 from Mizmor LeDavid. You may be seated. Page 66 for Lecha Dodi. One of the very first things that happened when I became an intern at CBST, I was a Cooperberg Ritmaster Rabbinical intern previous to starting as the assistant rabbi. Before, when it was not even a gleam in my eye that might happen, one of the very first things that sold me on CBST as a place and as a community is that during our intern orientation, one of the questions, this was on Zoom, by the way, one of the questions was, who's in your family? And I so appreciated the formulation of the question in that way, that acknowledged that families don't look like just one thing or one makeup. And that CBST as an LGBTQ synagogue really acknowledges that in every part of their Siddur, in every part of their liturgy, in every part of their being, and makes it a point to be welcoming and open to families of all stripes, all kinds, all sizes, chosen or otherwise. And one of the places where that's extremely obvious is in Lecha Dodi. If on page 68, instead of the more traditional formulation of, now it's funny, now It says it at the bottom here. I was going to say, I don't even know if I remember the more traditional formulation now that I've been here for a little while, but as opposed to the more traditional formulation where it says Kimsos Chatan al Kala, as a bridegroom greets his bride with joy, CBST has made the conscious choice to instead write Kimsos Lev Be'ahava. Your God rejoices with you like a heart rejoices in love. And it makes me happy every single time I read it and every single time I come to this page in the Siddur as an acknowledgement that there is more than one way to love and more than one way to make up a loving home. So with that, we enter L'Chadodi on page 66. You may be seated. That's the way to bring in Shabbat and Elul at the end of summer. So we turn to page 72 for the Psalm for Shabbat, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. And it is a tough time to be a human right now. Right? Exactly. It's a tough time to be a human right now. It's just today I was looking at the fact that there are these monsoons happening in Pakistan, that they're running out of water in Jackson, Mississippi, or they have run out of water in Jackson, Mississippi. Not to mention all the other plagues and maladies that are happening in the world around us, and certainly in New York City right now. But I also read an article today that said we are closer to understanding the cure for HIV than we have been ever in the past. And all around me, I see small kindnesses being done in this community, outside of this community, every single day. And so really, the power of Shabbat, the power of Psalm 92 and taking a moment for gratitude is that we are always walking around holding both of these at all times. That it is so hard to be human sometimes, and that we are so grateful that we get the ability to be human and to do kindnesses to one another. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, Tov Lehodot Ladonai. It is good to find moments to give thanks. Let's find a moment to give thanks right now on page 72.
Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot
שיר ליום השבת, מזמור שיר ליום השבת.
Page 78 for the Barchu. Please rise in body or in spirit.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
You may be seated. Please join with me in the English on page 81. Praised are you, Eternal One, our God, ruler of all time and space, whose word brings on the evening dusk. With wisdom you open the gates of dawn. With understanding you make time pass and seasons change. You arrange the stars in the sky according to your plan. You create day and night, rolling light into darkness, darkness into light. You cause the day to fade away and bring on night. You separate day and night. Source of all forces is your name. Living and everlasting one, rule over us forever and ever. Praised are you, Eternal One, who brings on evening's dusk.
ומעביר היום ומביא הלילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמה, אל חיה וקיימה, תמיד ימלך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוכה אתה המקום. המעריב וערבי, אמן.
Page 86.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ולקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתכם אל תסירה ממנו לעולמים, ברוכה אתה המקום.
Baruch Shema.
אוהבי עמי ישראל. Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
We continue individually through the next two paragraphs of the Shema, either in the English or in the Hebrew, pages 90 to 93.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. So you might have noticed that some of the Chatimot, the last few lines of the prayers, sound a little bit unfamiliar this evening. For some of you, you have been here when we have used non-binary Hebrew in the past, and for others, this may seem very new. And the reason that we do this is that we as Jews love to imagine God complexly. There are so many different facets of God in our liturgy, in our text, in our Torah. And to honor this, we go beyond the masculine language in most Sidurim, and even beyond the masculine and the feminine language that we have found, that we can find in the CBST Siddur. We imagine God as complexly as we can, and so tonight I invite you to either lean into something that is a little familiar or lean into something that is completely new to you as we paint a complex picture of the divine together.
Page 94 for Mi Chamocha.
ונאמר כי פדתה אדוני את יעקב וגאלתו מיד חזק ממנו ברוכם
ועתה המקום רוחם ברך שמם גאלי
So every week we pause, we take a moment during the Hashkivenu, which is a prayer of protection. Lullaby prayer, a prayer that asks God to guard over us, protect over us, and protect all in our community, in our larger community, from anything that might befall them, anything that might be out to get them in any way. And this Shabbat, I want to encourage us to, yes, think of the collective and think of all those who are suffering, who are in need, who might need our prayers, but also to think of ourselves. Think of yourself. What do you need a little protection from this week, this month, this year? What would you like to ask God to guard you from? What would you like to ask God to give you a little strength, a little koach for? You are also important. Can't do the work of being in community, of being part of the larger collective without paying attention and making sure that you yourself are protected and strengthened and nourished. So Hashkivenu is found on page 98, and use the time to just be with whatever is in your heart.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu leChayim Ufros aleinu sukkot shlomecha v'takneinu be'etzah tova milfanecha v'hoshienu lema'an shemecha v'hagen ba'adeinu v'haser me'aleinu oyev tever v'cherev v'rav v'yagon v'haser satan milfaneinu u'me'achareinu ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, כי אל שומרנו מצילנו אתה. ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, כי אל שומרנו מצילנו אתה. כי אל מלך חנון ורחום אתה. ושבור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם ועד עולם. Ufirse aleinu sukkot shlomechem, bruchei ateh hamakom. Haporese sukkot shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amei Yisrael, ve'al kol ha'amim, ve'al Yerushalayim.
We rise in body or in spirit for Vishamru on page 102. Chatzi Kaddish will be found on page 104, and we will move straight from the Chatzi Kaddish into the Amidah, which is your opportunity to pray whatever you would like to pray, either the words on the Siddur, which start on page 106, or the alternative Marge Piercy poem, which is on page 124, or truly whatever is in your mind, on your heart, on your soul tonight. Starting with Chatzi Kaddish 104.
Yitkada v'yitkada shemei Rabba, ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amech malchutei, b'chai echon u'vyom echon, u'v'chayet echol beit Yisrael, bagala, u'vizman kariv, ve'yimeru hamen, yehei shemei Rabba mevorach, le'olam al me'amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitrama v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudisha b'reichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'lechemata, da'amiran me'alma, ve'imiru amen.
Join us on page 188. Thank you. We turn to page 130 in our Sidurim to take a minute to pray for the healing prayers of our congregation. Mishaberach imotenu Sarivka Rachel Leah Bilha v'Zilpa v'avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Hu yivarech v'rapeh et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel, Bilha, and Zilpah, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, bless us too. Bless and heal all those who are ill. May the Lord of healing bless Nancy Alvarez, Devorah Chaya, Erica Foreman, Steve Kodik, Alan Messer, Barbara Newman Rappaport, Rose Wachnun, Deborah Dolgan Wolf, Gittel bat Leah v'Yosef, Leah bat Chava v'Yosef, Mordechai ben Nachman v'Bela Rivka, Rivka Shifra bat Bela v'Mendel, Yisraela bat Leah v'Yosef, and anyone who those in the room would like to mention right now as well. You can say them now, and those who are at home can put them in the chat. May they be blessed with a full and complete healing, a healing of spirit and a healing of body, together with all those who are ill among the Jewish people and among the world. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. May God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all who are ill be surrounded by the love of friends, loving companions, families, and community. And let us say, Amen. So we are so blessed that we have such a wonderful simcha to celebrate this evening at CBST. So I am so delighted to welcome up Jesse and Kate Foster-Kaplov, who are going to recite the prayer for our country, and then we will be able to bless them a little bit on their Ufruf, the Shabbat before they stand under the chuppah at their wedding. They get a special blessing here at CBST. And we will bless them accordingly. So wonderful. And you can come right over here. You can pick either one of these halves to say, and you guys can split it.
Our God and God of our ancestors, bless this country and all who dwell within it. Help us to experience the blessings of our lives and circumstances, to be vigilant, compassionate, and brave. Strengthen us when we are afraid. Help us to channel our anger so that it motivates us to action. Help us to feel our fear so that we do not become numb. Help us to be generous with others so that we raise each other up.
Help us to be humble in our fear, knowing that as vulnerable as we feel, there are those at greater risk, and it is our holy work to stand with them. Help us to taste the sweetness of liberty, to not take for granted the freedoms won in generations past or in recent days, to heal and nourish our democracy, that it may be like a tree planted by the water whose roots reach down to the stream. It need not fear drought when it comes, its leaves are always green.
Amen. So Kate and Jesse, first of all, this has been a long journey to this chuppah for you, correct? And if I'm not mistaken, tell me if I'm wrong, your families are meeting for the first time tonight here at CBST, right? So we want to say hello to the families. So blessed that you're here with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We are blessed both by you and by your children, and we're so happy that you're here to celebrate. And I am just going to find my page. So we want to give you a little blessing, a little bit of chizuk before you stand under the chuppah. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless you, Kate, and you, Jesse, who will soon stand under the chuppah. May you build a home filled with love and companionship, affection and peace. May you be helped to be modest in your demands of each other, but generous in your giving to each other. Grant them strength to be honest and gentle with each other, and may you not measure how much love you offer or count how many times you need to forgive. May you become a family dedicated to the transformation of the world, the love of Torah, and the practice of good deeds. May you thrive in good health and security, and may the Shekhinah dwell with you in your love. And let us all say, Amen. And on behalf of CBST, we'd like to present you with a little gift, a little bit of love to you, and we'll all say, Mazel Tov! Mazel Tov! Mazel Tov to you and Mazel Tov to all of us as well. So page 138 for Kaddish Shalem. You may rise in body or in spirit as is your custom, or you may stay seated.
יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חידותי וימליך מלכותי בחיי אחרונו וימחונו וחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולם מהמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו, לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו. תתקבל צלות ההון ובאות ההון דכל ישראל קודם ובהון וישמעיה ויאמרו. יהי שלום הרבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו אמן.
Amen. Thank you so much, Zevi and Joyce. Wow, I am so blessed. That was incredible and just so beautiful. I'm just, I'm sort of like overcome with emotion. So I'm so happy to have been on the bima with both of you, with you for the first time, Zevi. So such a blessing. And we want to thank Jason Zivic for doing the tech. Thank you, Jason. And especially huge thank you to Sharon Golub, who every single week is in the chat, welcoming those who are online and giving, making everyone feel welcome, whether or not they're here in the sanctuary or at home. We so appreciate you, Sharon. Thank you so much. A teacher of mine, actually a former Cooperberg Rittmaster Rabbinic intern, my dean, Dan Judson, he said to me one time, and it has stuck with me, that he has two religions. He has the religion of Judaism, obviously, he became a rabbi, and then he also has the religion of books. The book and books. So I feel somewhat similarly. To me, there's nothing like a good bookstore. And I brought the most recent book I just read, which is it's called Agatha of Little Neon. It's quite a not Jewish book, actually. It's a book about a woman who is a sister, and she's grappling with the feelings of maybe wanting to leave. So it's very good. I highly recommend it. I'm happy to talk about it more, but I wanted to just to read a little excerpt from the book, which I found to be incredibly meaningful. So this is from Agatha. That's her name, Sister Agatha, in the book, and this is her blessing that she prays. She says, "There were times when I did not stop at Amen. I could make the prayer go on and on. There was never enough time to list all the blessed. Blessed are my students, and blessed are their friends. Blessed are the quitters, and blessed are the nervous. Blessed are those that hide. Blessed are the messy. Blessed are the ones who say, 'Oh, that's over my head.' Blessed are the late bloomers, and blessed are the foolish. Blessed are those who lisp. Blessed are the birthday party clowns. Blessed are the waitresses. Blessed are the awkward. Blessed are those who burn the roofs of their mouths because they cannot stand to wait. And blessed are the heartbroken, the ones who have not arrived at the other side of their pain. Amen, amen, amen. So I love her prayer for many reasons, obviously. I love the way she makes room for all of our most human flaws to be blessed. I mean, blessed are those who burn their tongues because they can't wait. I mean, who among us has not been guilty? Certainly I have. I've been very guilty of burning my tongue because I could not wait. But one of the blessings struck me as particularly appropriate to the Jewish season we're in now, the month of Elul. And my microphone is a little bit funky, so I hope you guys can still hear me okay. Instead, I'm going to do this, and then I'll switch over. We'll see what happens. It's always never a dull moment. So thank you. Great. So great. So a blessing for the month of Elul. The one that stuck out to me was, blessed are those that hide. Blessed are the ones who hide. Elul in and of itself can be a time when we begin to feel the inclination to hide. During the rest of the year, we can avoid feelings of shame or disconnect, or at least pretend that they don't exist. But here comes Elul and the high holidays to remind us that we have to own up to all of the places that we've fallen short over the course of the year. All the places where we can no longer hide from our past transgressions. All of the places where we recognize that we may have not wanted to face them in the past. So especially at the beginning of Elul, we can feel a little uncomfortable. We can feel the urge to hide from ourselves or from others. But as it turns out, we come from a long line of holy hiders. Most prominently is Jacob, Yaakov, who runs away from Esav after stealing his birthright. In fact, he's encouraged to do so by Rebekah, his mother. She says, "Kum, boreach, get up, go, run away. Run away from your problems and hide yourself so that Esav won't come after you." So he listens. He runs away and hides himself for many years until he is finally forced to reconcile with Esav and everything that he has been scared of for the past 21 years. Moving a little bit forward, but not too much, his son, Joseph, also hides himself from his family after his brothers sell him into slavery. Many years later, when the brothers come back to Egypt, they don't recognize him. However, Joseph knows who they are. But instead of immediately revealing himself to them, he first hides his identity, putting them to the test before he finally reveals himself. In fact, in Breshit, when the book of Breshit is enumerating the generations of Jacob, the generations of Yaakov, the text begins, Ele toldot Yaakov, these are the generations of Jacob, Yosef, which of course is confusing because Joseph was not Jacob's first son, or his second, or his third, or his fourth, etc., etc. But, however, the Midrash says that the reason Joseph is mentioned first in the line of Jacob's generations is because just as Jacob hid from his family for 22 years, so did Joseph. And that is the way that they are most alike. So, indeed, we are descended from a generation of hiders. But there is actually one other figure in our tradition who hides, probably the most prominent. And that, of course, is God. God is our most holy hider. And God tells us this God's self. In Devarim 31, a little bit further, it's a few parshiot away, not this parsha, but almost at the very end of the Torah, God says, "V'anochi haster ester pani." I will surely hide my face from this day forward. And it has become the case. God does indeed hide God's face. Moshe is the last person to speak with God, panim el panim, face to face. And as we get further and further away from the Torah, God begins to appear less and less. In the prophets, God's still there, not speaking face to face, but still communicating. And of course, now we live in a world of hester panim, of God's hidden face, a world in which God's face is hidden from us. And so then we come upon Elul, and we begin Elul by reciting Psalm 27, which you just heard so beautifully by Zevi and Joyce. It's the psalm that brings us into the High Holy Days. It's recited from the first of Elul, Elul Aleph, all the way until through Shmini Atzeret. LeDavid Adonai Orivi Ishi Mimi Ira. For David, God is my light and my salvation. Who should I fear? It continues. Lecha amar libi, bakshu panai et panecha Adonai avakesh. My heart says, seek my face. Al taster panecha mimeni, do not hide your face from me. And so this in Elul and throughout the high holidays, this is our one request from God. Echat sha'alti me'et Adonai, one request I have from God, the only thing I ask is do not hide your face from me. Let me be with you. Let me be as close as we can possibly be. And there's almost a sweetness to imagining God hiding in the same way we hide. It's so human of God in some ways. So what can we learn from the nature of the hiding we've seen so far? Both Jacob and Joseph hide from their closest kin for many years. And for both of them, the hiding ends with reconciliation and love. Jacob's story of hiding from Esau ends with the two brothers falling on each other, kissing each other's necks, and weeping, and then sending them on their way, each of them on their way with good wishes for the future. All those years of hiding and anger absolved. Similarly, Joseph's reveal to his brothers starts with tears. He is overcome with emotion. And he tells them, don't be upset with yourselves. It's okay. Once the brothers have collected themselves after the shock of seeing Yosef and knowing that he was alive has worn off, they embrace him and they kiss him and they weep as well. Hiding can be many things. It can be protective and maybe even necessary at times. It can be a place of comfort, a comfort zone, a place that's hard to move out of. If it's possible, we can even sometimes get stuck in our hiding. It might also be painful if we are hiding our true selves from those around us. But what seems to be true from the Torah is that once we are ready to leave our area of hiding and move out into the open, the more vulnerable place, the place of mercy and I guess revelation, the possibility of what is waiting for us on the other side is a lot of love and forgiveness. Excuse me. Now I have to hold my microphone and hold my water. When God goes into hiding from Bnei Israel, the words God uses, Thank you. The words God uses, thank you, are hester astir. I already said, hester astir. I will surely or absolutely hide myself. That same word, hester, seter, meaning hidden or hiding, is the word used for what Moshe does at the burning bush. The Torah says, and Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look at God. Histir et panim. Moses, in that moment, I didn't mention this one, Moses was actually also in hiding. For those who remember the story, he has fled from Egypt. He's fled from his life in Egypt. And he is not quite ready to go back to where he came from. He is still in hiding, in shame, in pain. But of course, Moses is able ultimately to turn and face God and face himself and reunite with his people. Before this moment at the burning bush, Moses was in hiding in Midian for 40 years. So the other thing we can learn about hiding and revealing or reconciling is that it can take a long time. It might take many years. In the month of Elul, there is a saying, Hamelech basadeh, or we could say Hamalka basadeh. The king is in the field, we say, which means that during Elul, God is the most open and available to us all year. God is out in the field waiting for us. Psalm 27 ends with the line, Kaveh el Adonai chazak v'ya'ametz, v'kaveh el Adonai. Have hope and faith in God. Be strong and of good courage. Have faith in God. Kaveh el Adonai. This doubling of the word kaveh at the end there, the word hope, is a hint to us. It's to tell us that sometimes it takes a very long time. And we don't know how long God might be hiding for. But it's our job to continue to have faith and keep hoping. So blessed are those of us that hide, both us and God. Blessed is our hiding, and blessed is our revealing. Blessed is our turning toward each other. Blessed is our teshuvah. May this Elul bless us with coming out of hiding in the right timing, when and if we are ready, and with the ability to turn towards God, and may it bless God with the ability to turn towards us. Hashivenu v'nashuva, turn us and we will turn. Page 140 for Aleinu. Please rise in body or in spirit.
Aleinu leshabeach l'Adon hakol, latei gidula liyotzei bereshit, shebarach otanu b'tzalmo, v'nafach banu et nishmat chayenu, she'emik otanu b'limo
You may be seated. We pause in our service now to remember, as we always do, those we have loved and lost. CBST remembers members Stephen Altman, Margot Carl, Harold Sadowski, Hillard Goldman, Morris Monis, Ron Charles, Ronald Scher, Fred Gottschalk, and William Zenzel, all of you have yortsites this week. And also family and friends of CBST members, Samuel Klein, Bert Brown, Stephen Feynman, Rachel Mizrahi, Bert Kurtz, Miriam Altweger, Murray Goldstein, Jeffrey Greenbaum, Thelma Kudler, Eli Liebman, Lee Moffitt, Wayne Benove, Ephraim Podolsky, Bonnie Eppenstein, Betty Rabinowitz, Sheffer, Judith Waller, and Joseph Sholatin. And we also offer condolences to the family and friends and communities of all those who are dying each day from the COVID-19 pandemic. As of today, the total number of deaths are 41,607 in New York City, 71,583 in New York State, 1,072,125 across the United States, 6,499,213 worldwide. I invite anyone who has a yortzeit right now or who their custom is to rise to stand for Mourners Kaddish, and for all those who are in the chat, they can place the names of those they are mourning in the chat as well. Page 150. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yalma divra chirate v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon u'v'yamechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha breichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. For all those who are in mourning or observing a yortzeit, we send you our deepest love and condolences at this time. So Sabrina Farber is one of the many people who is away for the Labor Day weekend, hopefully enjoying herself. And Harold Levine is also away, hopefully enjoying himself. If either of you are watching, we send you all of our love from here. But we are so blessed that Kenneth Carpel, one of our board members, is here to do announcements. And it's good because, Kenneth, your new apartment kind of looks like it's a place to go away to when you want to relax anyway. So you didn't have to leave. So we invite you up. Thank you. I always lose my mask.
Shabbat Shalom. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was such a beautiful service. Your words, the music just transmitted the divine to me, and the setting of Achat Sha'alti really pierced me. Thank you. Welcome to everyone. It's lovely to see so many faces in the sanctuary, especially some new ones. Welcome to everybody who is watching us online, and Mazel Tov to Jesse and Kate and your families. And thank you, Rabbi, for leading such a wonderful service, and to repeat your thanks and mine. Thanks to Ze'evi Tovlev for your beautiful music and sharing that with us as Balet Tefillah, and to Joyce Rosenzweig, our music director, Jason Zivek, who's making this all possible for those who are streaming, and Sharon Golub up there, our maestro of live stream chat, and our welcoming ushers, Gomez and Sarah tonight. A lot of announcements, and I'm saving a special announcement to the end, so maybe you'll pay attention in between. There are no services tomorrow morning, but there will be a Leiled Havdalah at 8:30. The link is in the program, the website, and I'm sure in the chat. The high holidays are soon, as we know. Rosh Hashanah begins 3 weeks from Sunday on the 25th, and the full schedule of services can be found on our website, and the link is in the e-news. And the deadline for the Book of Remembrance has been extended. Gifts and messages must be received no later than September 9th this year. It is Elul, and beginning Tuesday, September 6th, Rabbi Mike Moskowitz will offer a daily morning Elul meditation from 8:30 to 8:45, live streamed on our Facebook page. And the intro to Mishnah with Rabbi Moskowitz also is resuming on the 6th. It'll be Mondays through Thursdays, except for next week, with a study of the tractate Sukkah, focusing on the upcoming holiday of Sukkot and the construction of a Sukkah. Leil Slichot is Saturday, September 17th. The class is at 9 p.m. And the beautiful candlelit service is at 10 p.m. And you can confidentially submit your Chai Ta'im online for our creative communal Al-Chet. And as usual, Tuesday, Living Successfully with HIV/AIDS. Wednesday and Thursday, the ARC Immigration Clinic. Thursday, Democracy Team Action Group, and Friday at 3 o'clock, Connect in Community with Lay-Led Torah Study. Looking further ahead, Mishpacha will resume Monday the 12th after Labor Day break, and also on Monday, Aging Together Singles will meet up with an opportunity to share concerns and ideas for making our way through the upcoming holidays. Special announcement about a special meeting. All members received notice of an important special membership meeting to take place by Zoom on Thursday, September 8th, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss and vote on proposed amendments to the CBST bylaws around our decision to change the fiscal year, which is important. The senior leadership team, in discussing our budgeting process as well as managing our financial resources, determined that it would be beneficial to change the fiscal year, which currently aligns with the calendar year, January 1st to December 31st. By changing the fiscal year to July 1st to June 30th, we avoid the pitfall of trying to do intensive budget planning simultaneously with preparing for the high holy days and provide additional time to better manage the operating budget. The board voted unanimously to make these changes, so now we need to revise the bylaws to accommodate this change. In order to accommodate the business of this meeting, accomplish the business of this meeting, the bylaws require that at least 10% of eligible members vote for the proposed changes. We hope you will attend to discuss and approve these proposed bylaws. But even if you cannot attend the new Zoom meeting, you can and should still vote online no later than Thursday, September 8th at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A link to vote was included in Sabrina's email last week, and you will receive login Zoom information on the day of the meeting. Your participation is very important. If you have any questions, please email board@cbst.org. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy the weekend. Mazel Tov again.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. Sponsorships. Tonight's live stream was sponsored by CBST board, clergy, and staff with deep congratulations and endless love to Jesse and Kate Foster-Kaplov on their upcoming wedding. Mazel Tov. Allison Klein honoring my father on his 5th unbearable yortzeit, a fiercely loving dad, grandpa, and husband, forever humble, who inevitably stood up for the underdog. He was my hero. Sending you love, Allison. And it's also supported by Robert Sholotin in memory of Joseph Sholotin, Zichrono Livracha, Sarah Sloan to mark the 18th Chai year of my retirement from the DOE and to wish everyone going back to school a good year. Mazel Tov. And Linda Solomon and Bonnie Siegel recognizing the chorus, Joyce Rosenzweig, conductor extraordinaire, and cantor Sam Rosen, the melodious angel who makes us all sound better as we return for rehearsals for High Holidays music. Also recognizing Erwin Kroot for taking over as chorus manager. Keep up the good work, Erwin. Thank you all. And we will conclude with a special Adon Olam on page 154.
Adon Olam Hashem Alach B'Terem Kol Yitzir Nira Le'et Nasa V'Chefzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra
to get us ready for Slichot, which this year will be on September 17th in the evening. Definitely don't want to miss it. Join us for Kiddush on page 156. Please rise in body or in spirit.
Yom HaShishi, Vayechulu Hashamayim ve'ha'aretz v'chol tzeva'am, Vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi'i, melachto asher asa, Vayishbot bayom hashvi'i, mikol melachto asher asa, Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i, Vayikadesh oto, Kivo shavat mikol melachto, asher bara Elohim la'asot. Savri chaverim otai. Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotov v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaro lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techilah lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta im kol